Hi, this is Guillaume from Labochain, and today I won't speak in French. I will speak in English because I need to do one special video in English about this, the Bitcoin yearly cycle low, December 2026. Why? Because on Twitter recently, Rob Satz posted this, and this goes: will Trump break the Bitcoin 4-year cycle? The cycle is a protocol thing, not a president thing, okay? Bitcoin's rhythm comes from fixed insurance, halvings, minor economics, liquidity compression, human psychology, okay? Although presidents can influence narratives and liquidity, the Trump put is the theory that he will not let markets decline significantly. Okay. Both can't exist at the same time. What do you think? 2026, will Trump break, or will Trump break the cycle? And I replied this: Q4 2026 yearly cycle low gain. And he said, is that French? No idea what he's saying. I replied this. So, as promised, I'm about to do everything in English. So, Bitcoin yearly cycle low, December 2026. I won't put any number here because it is a unique video. First, because I do it every Sunday. So, every Sunday we come back and check the base case. So here it is. Here is the base case. First yearly cycle low, November 2011, $2. Second yearly cycle low, January 2015, 152, etc., etc. until now. Fifth yearly cycle low, December 2026. It could be in November, it could be in October, it could be early January 2027. We don't know yet. We can't predict the exact day, 1 year, or even 1 week in advance. We will see after, and there is no other way to find out. That's clear. That's obvious. So 1 yearly cycle low is 8 weekly cycles. 1 weekly cycle is around 180 days. Of course, it can be 175, it can be 200 days, it can be 230 days. There is a window. The window is this for weekly cycles, and 1 weekly cycle is 3 daily cycles. And by the way, I noticed recently that the last weekly cycles lasted around 7 months. So this is more than 180 days. And 1 weekly cycle is 3 daily cycles. 1 daily cycle is around 60 days, but the window is 54 to 66 days to find a daily cycle low. The framework: I speculate that this will be the last yearly cycle low below 100k, so the last time we will see BTC under 6 figures. Around the yearly cycle low, we will have 15, maybe even 20 trillion dollars of quantitative easing. DXY at 110 or even more. A recession, even though we may already be in a recession, this is not validated yet by the masses and the mainstream media, etc. Plus a short period of deflation, asset price deflation, particularly. An absolute crypto purge comparable to the dotcom bubble. The best will survive. The S&P 500 would go. We will have again a lost decade, so we will just range, go sideways pretty much. Gold and BTC will dominate, so we will have like a dominance in terms of appreciation. And I like to point this. So it's just a game, but this is a serious game, and this is how I view it. And something that let me know that we could see 15 trillion or even more of QE is this from the big print of Lawrence Lehart. Okay, so now let's check the data. Here it is the US 10-year yield. We can see that we are in a downtrend, and the more we go down, the more the Fed is forced to cut rates. So, and this is also a bad sign, pretty much. The unemployment rate, we can see that it is going up. There is an uptrend, and you know what this means. Every time we went parabolic, most of the time, it was synonym with a recession. Another data that we should look at, in my opinion, is this one, the ALNRI. Because if we look at the CPI currently, this is not really we can say, okay, we are going straight into a deflation period, etc. No. But if we look at the apartment list national rent index, we can see that there is a lag between the CPI and this metric. So we can predict that the CPI will continue its downtrend, but we can't see it as fast as this metric. So yeah, just have to wait. Here the question is, are we cutting rates into normalization, soft landing, or into a slowdown, recession? And what we notice is that after 3 rate cuts, the S&P starts to go not directly down, but yeah, it's the beginning of the end. And 6 months after and 12 months after, it's bad, as we can see in a recession like in 2000, 2001 and 20 GFC. We can see that this is pretty bad. Okay, now this. So we had an yield curve inversion, and every time that we touch this line, so we go below 0 for a certain period of time. After, when we go up again and it accelerates, we enter a recession. And now, here we can see that we have been in a downtrend for a long time, and it went so low compared to the previous ones. So what we can expect when we enter a parabolic phase is a recession, because every time, not when it's ranging, not when it's going sideways, but when it goes up violently, then we can say, okay, this is the end. At least the beginning of the end. But you gotta be like you gotta act and act quickly. This metric, so when we are in an uptrend, this means that the conditions are, this is financially stressed, financially stressed conditions. Yes. So, and now we are in an uptrend. So when it goes down, it's okay. Investors are confident, etc., etc. But now, there is something under the hood. No, not under the hood, but you got it. The M2 rate of change. So this is important, because when we violently stop quantitative easing and we enter in a quantitative tightening period, then we can expect an effect on the US inflation rate year on year. But the thing is that there is a lag, and it is around 2 years, 2 year lag. So now we are at the end of it, and what we can observe is that every time we do a contraction of the M2, we have indeed an effect on the US inflation rates. So now we are waiting for this part of the move here. So as we can see, we go at least at 0. So now in 2026, that's why we can say that we may see a period of deflation. Here about the last decade, because I talked about this thing, and what we can observe here is that when we go parabolic, then for like 10 years, sometimes even more, we just range. It just goes sideways. And we had a great rally. Maybe it will end in 1 month, 2 months. We don't know yet. But after the correction, we will likely see a period of a lost decade, a dead decade, like in the past. So historically, this makes sense. And I wouldn't DCA now, maybe at the end, maybe in 2030, 32, but not now, definitely. It will be dumb. About the DXY, so we have 3-year cycles, and now we are in the window for finding a 3-year cycle low, and we could rally from here, so it wouldn't be so great for Bitcoin, gold, etc. But if we get a flush to the downside, obviously, then it will be great, maybe to 95, 90, we will see. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to say. That's the data I am tracking every Sunday. So I would say remember that cycles are parts of the universe, and for me, I think that most people don't even know this rule for the weekly and daily cycles, so they can't understand that when we talk about yearly cycles, it's just weekly cycles that are chained, and weekly cycles are just daily cycles that are chained, and it gives the bigger cycle. So yeah, honestly, saying that cycles are dead or it's just BS, or I don't know, it will be like saying, it's like saying in March, I think we're gonna see a summer this year, but after summer I think we will see a winter directly. Not we won't have a spring this year. No, it wouldn't make sense. Everybody would say, bro, you just lost your mind, but this is the same, and because universe has laws, it's just and when we can observe something until proven wrong, because maybe one day we'll say no, there is something that is so unusual, we have to accept what we are seeing. But today we can see that the cycles are perfectly doing their job, and right now I think we've just found a weekly cycle low. Here we go, just here. I'm gonna put this the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, so now we are entering apparently a weekly cycle, and we will see if it left translates or if it right translates. We don't know yet, obviously, but we will see, and we'll act accordingly. because this is how we trade cycles. We have to just observe what's happening, know the rules, because there are rules, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Manage risk, remain disciplined. Yeah. So I hope you will find some value here. I hope it will help to understand everything, and I hope I will see you in another English video, because I think I will do it again. It's my pleasure. Yeah, that's all. Take care. It was Guillaume, Will, from LaboChain. Bye-bye. And to your power of will and to your freedom.
It was hard to know who was more crazy, me or everyone else.